Can you imagine the lengths people will go to for revenge? Jordan and Marjorie have been in a long-term relationship and long distance for quite a while. Jordan lives in Berlin, Germany, whilst Marjorie lives in Nigeria. For the longest time, Jordan has been pursuing his PhD in Germany, but at the same time living a double life. He's been entertaining a string of flings alongside his academic endeavors. But he always comes back to Marjorie and always professes his love to her and always claims that he was ready to marry her. Eventually, he decides that he will go back to Nigeria, marry Marjorie, enjoy their time together, and then fly back to Germany. All this was set to happen upon his graduation and as soon as he had obtained a job. So fast forward, they get married in Nigeria, they meet their families, everything goes great. And 1 month after their wedding, Jordan flies back to Germany. Now, he tells Marjorie that he's preparing a place for her so that when she eventually comes, they can start building their life together. 8 months down the line, Jordan secures a visa for Marjorie and invites her to come stay/visit. Now, Jordan has carefully planned that the life he and Marjorie will lead will be in Munich instead of Berlin. He wants to keep her far away from his hidden past and his exploits during her time away. Eventually, Marjorie comes and starts to visit Munich together. They start to plan their life there, and everything seems to be going perfectly well. Unfortunately, this is the beginning of the end. During Valentine's Day, Jordan and Marjorie go out for dinner, a beautiful date night with drinking and enjoyment, and they're having a great time. And Jordan feels like finally this is the relationship he's always wanted. He's finally got everything in place. On their way, getting ready to go home, they order a cab. As they enter, Marjorie turns and looks to Jordan and says, "Oh, there's something a little strange about our driver. He doesn't seem fully aware. There's something off." Jordan dismisses it and says, "Oh, don't concern yourself with our driver. You should be a lot more concerned with what I plan to do to you when we get home." Of course, in all the excitement, they're in love, they're happy, and then crash, car accident. Marjorie opens her eyes to find herself bleeding profusely. She turns to Jordan and he too is completely unconscious, bleeding from his head. Eventually, they're rushed to the hospital, Jordan in critical condition, needing surgery among other things. For weeks on end, Marjorie, who has finally healed from her own injuries, is struggling to get money to pay their hospital bills and praying for Jordan to get better. A few months go by and miraculously, little by little, Jordan gets better. Unfortunately, his eyesight does not come back. Following the months of hospital visits, anxiety and confusion, Jordan decides that Marjorie has really stayed by him through it all, irrespective of all the ups and downs. So he confesses everything, tells her who he used to be, what he used to do, the betrayal, and asks for her forgiveness. And that, he's not that person anymore. This accident and all of this has changed him. And he truly loves Marjorie and would want nothing more than her forgiveness. Marjorie processes all of this and said, "You know what? Fine. I will forgive you." So Jordan sees this as a start to his new life. Throughout the incident, they also got a chance to get a lawyer to actually sue the cab company for having a reckless driver to begin with. Thankfully, that resulted in a payout of $1 million. At this point, Jordan and Marjorie feel like their life has finally been sorted to an extent. So they come back to Nigeria. No longer wanting to live in Germany, they decide, let's take this $1 million we've been awarded and build a life for ourselves in Nigeria. However, they do not want to inform the general public that they are now rich. So Jordan decides that with all this money and loss of eyesight, he wants to entrust all this money to Marjorie. Marjorie agrees, but says, "Look, I need somebody to help me. I can't do this alone. So I want us to trust my brother to be our business partner, and you can run all your ideas by him, but he will help me manage this money." Husband, of course, says, "Yes, he's your brother. We trust him." Fine. Little by little, Jordan and brother Eben start getting along, and they start planning things and coming up with ideas. Little by little, they start investing in different projects. One evening, Eben comes to Jordan and says, "Jordan, I have this plan involving real estate. I think we could really build an agency and cash out big time." So Jordan says he'll think about it, and he speaks to Marjorie. He says, Marjorie, Eben came to me with a plan. This is it. What do you think? Now, Marjorie says, so far it's been okay, but this is a lot of money we'll be spending, and I'm not sure what Eben's motives are. It's a lot of money, but I will not tell you no. You pray about it, and let's see what God will tell you. Jordan goes ahead, prays about it, and decides that yes, this is what he wants to do. Jordan and Eben plan, and they get into the real estate agency. Now, 1 year later, it all works out. They officially make a $1 million profit on that investment in that business. And at this point, all of them are living very well. They're very proud of their achievements, and Jordan and Marjorie have tried so hard to build back their relationship, and things are finally looking up. Until one night, Marjorie comes to Jordan and says, oh babe, before you go to bed, I have some documents I need you to sign. We're getting some information from the auditors. Gladly, Jordan signs the documents and goes to bed. Upon waking up the next morning, he finds the bed empty with just a sheet of paper lying around. He grabs it and starts walking around the house looking for Marjorie. Getting to the kitchen, he asks the housemaid, where is Marjorie? She's not around. I've been calling her. I can't find her. The house says, boss, Madame packed her bag. She went out. She's gone. I don't know where. She didn't say anything, but she's gone. Jordan, still holding that piece of paper from this morning, says, there was a paper on my bed. This is it. Read it for me. What does this say? Housemaid, feeling very, very bothered, proceeds to read the letter, which says, my beloved Jordan, if you're reading this, I have left you. The decisions you made in your past cannot be forgiven. You may think you have changed, but I have been broken beyond repair. Everything that we have built and created is in my name. Goodbye. Jordan is absolutely heartbroken. He spends the next hours wailing in agony and sorrow, thinking that his wife has left him, gone without a trace, and he has no idea how to reach her. And then he goes, let me call Eben. He's my business partner and he's my wife's brother. Let's find him. He calls Eben and says, yo, Marjorie has gone. I don't know what's happening. Something's going on. Eben tells him point blank, look, what you did to my sister cannot be forgiven. And we've been planning this all along. Everything you own or thought you owned is in Marjorie's name. The money is hers. The properties are hers. The investments are hers. She's gone and she's taking it with her. And last but not least, the documents you signed last night, those were divorce papers. You will not find her. It is over. And that